And what role does cane juice vinegar play in the production process?
Basically, you call it cane juice vinegar or aged cane juice. The older the cane juice, it's more acidic, so it will form more flavor compounds, more esters. So it plays an important role in making our high ester products.
Okay.
So without aged cane juice, it's very difficult to get a DOK, a C diamond H, diamond H, HGMF, HLCF. If we want to make a low ester, well, it doesn't play much part in that, but it's very important for our highest
rums. So again, we use our sugarcane juice a little differently than other distilleries.
Right.
Once we reap and we then crush to get the juice, we store that juice, we let it sit. The longer it sits, the better it is for us.
It's not fresh one, like you said. Yeah.
Right? So other companies, they're not letting it sit as long as us. And of course, you have the different types of rum, which is the rum agricole, which is no molasses, just fresh sugarcane juice.
Right.
So sugarcane vinegar, which is what we basically let it become, is really important for our higher ester marks.
There's where the bouquet comes into
the
play. Yes.
ingredient. Right.
Speaking of marks, are certain marks exclusive to specific stills at Hampden?
No.
To meet the demand,
we don't have time for that.
Right. Okay.
We're just filling as we go. One still is empty, refill it, and we go.
Nice. All right.
Like I said, we run 3 shifts. Right. We hardly get holidays off. Right. We're just pumping out to make the rum for you guys.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that, actually. I hope they gave you some time off. Jesus. All right, so what's the truth behind the rumored 3,000 or even 7,000 ester level rums at Hampden?
So, Hampden has always... Trelawney has been a parish that produces high ester rums. Hampden in particular, again, that's what we specialize in. Now, before the limitation was placed on the amount of esters that we are allowed to sell, a 6,000 ester rum, which was basically done during the time of H.H. Cousins, was something that Hampden would sell regularly as continental flavor. So it's something that we used to do, but since the government placed an ester limit on us, those type of high ester rum is no longer sold, right? So currently we're just doing our limit at the 1600. From time to time, our esters do come off high, and then we'll have to cut it down to whatever the closest there is, which is either a DOK or a C diamond H, right? But yeah, it's not impossible for our Hampden to do.
Okay, so it's possible. It's just that it's capped. But is there a specific reason why the government would cap?
It goes back to pre-World War and post-World War. So Hampden, again, has always specialized in what we call continental flavored rums. So it's a high ester, heavy pot still rums. That's what we specialized in. Germany was one of the countries that we would sell said rum to. At one point in time, the German government decided to tax the Jamaican rums. What they did was they decided to purchase less rum but purchase at a higher ester. So those were the time when you had the 6,000 esters going out.
It's a loophole, basically.
Find a loophole. However, because you had countries that would blend Jamaican rums, Hampden rums, with neutral spirits, with their potato spirits, and then resell it as Jamaican rum. At the time also in the 1930s, there was an oversupply of rums from Jamaica. So the local body decided to get together and they formed what is called a spirits pool, a rum pool, a governing body. And between the 1930s to 1953, the spirits pool came about, and that then came up with a 1600 cap
Right.
for ester notes in Jamaica. So no distillery is allowed to make rum and sell above 1600.
Interesting history. So what trends do you see in the global rum market at the moment? Like, and how does Hampden Estate adapt to these changes?
We don't follow trends. We set them or we leave them alone. Trends go up and down. It's a fad. We do our own.
Write your own story.
Yeah, man. We let everyone else follow, or we just continue on our journey ourselves.
Beautiful. I like it. I like to live life like that.
Yeah, man.
And what type of barrels are actually used, and how long do they typically age?
So, American oak barrels.
We have
So,
ex-bourbon.
Ex-bourbon.
Mhm.
We have a few ex-sherry.
Mhm.
So for those who don't
Yeah.
know about X, so that means that they've already been used to,
Once used
For
by a bourbon
bourbon.
company,
right?
then we purchase the barrels. Some of the sherries are like
Yeah.
that as well. We have the Pedro Jimenez, Olorosos, Harvey's, which
Those
are
are
sherry
ex-sherry.
cask.
So you'll find our Pagos.
Right, the
Hampden
Pagos is-
Pagos is aging ex-sherry barrels.
Right.
Or finishing ex-sherry. So it's
The first, we've released 2 ex-sherry finishes so far. 2022
yeah.
and 23.
Yes.
We release 2 sets of sherry finished rums. So those are our 2 Pagoses.
And we have something in the making.
In the making to release again.
So
We're
we're experimenting, you know.
Yeah,
Always
right. Exactly.
experiment.
Yeah.
We knock our heads together.
There's no name to it yet, or
Yeah.
specifics. It's just something.
Yes.
It's a work in progress.
Yes.
So that's the beauty about Hampden. We don't necessarily have master distillers and a whole set of this, a whole set of that. Whenever it comes to us, and it doesn't matter the time of year. We'll get it together and say, okay, well, let's do this and release it at this time, and that's how it's done. It's nothing set aside like for a year.
Yeah,
we're going to
go
do
with the
this
flow
and
kind of
just
thing.
go with the flow.
Sweet. So Rumfire is known for its high proof, like proofing it. We're talking about alcohol content, obviously. How do you recommend enjoying it? We do understand no sodas. I think that's the number one rule. And then, so would it be like neat in cocktails or with a little water? You know, just.
I personally, my rule for drinking, drink to what suits you. I know people who have some form of ailment, diabetes, so they'll drink with water. Some guys who drink with milk because they have ulcers. Drink to what suits you, just no colas. Rumfire is that type of product, being overproof, 63% alcohol, so 126 proof, but it's really, really smooth, exceptionally smooth, and very flavorful. So it's one of those rums that you can play around with. Right? There's no strict rule to it. If I'm at the beach, it might be my Rumfire with coconut water. If I happen to have lime or lemon, I put a dash of lime and lemon. If I'm on the estate, it might be my coconut water with cane juice. right? With some rum fire, or just rum fire and cane juice. If I'm home, it might be, I'm in the kitchen, it might be my rum fire with some orange juice. And of course the rum fire is going to go in the pot as well. What am I doing? Am I going to be sauteing? Am I jerking? Am I putting it on a pan? So it just depends.
Or we're baking.
Exactly.
Right,
Or
right.
cakes. Yeah.
If it's just depending on the persons who are around at the time, is how you drink. So you may have 4 or 5 persons who can drink neat, you go neat. Some persons just want ice on the rocks, you go on the rocks.
So yeah,
It's just that
essentially,
simple.
be creative, be
Yeah.
responsible,
Yeah.
but be yourself, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. All right. And do you have any rum creams or special desserts that you can suggest? Now, I do understand we were speaking earlier how 50% of your product is actually not even used towards the creation of
Exactly.
rums. It's actually in confectionery,
Confectionery.
and foods and
Yeah.
Your
all types of stuff.
Haagen-Dazs rum and raisin ice
Right,
cream is
right.
Hampden. Your Chanel number 5 is Hampden.
But do you have any
Going, going.
desserts that you can suggest that this would be particularly good at, being included in recipes?
Close your eyes. Literally close your eyes.
That the esters take you somewhere.
Yeah, man. We had a manager, a distillery manager that came from South Africa, and when he came here, that's
the
Edward,
peacocks?
everyone. That's the peacocks,
Yeah.
right? So I would tell him, try it with anything. You cut a mango, dab some rum fire on it.
All right.
Whatever ice cream, you put a few drops. That's the only thing to remember, is that it is very potent when it comes on to the ester notes. So you're not going to put the same amount as you would a typical rum,
Right.
right? So you go less amounts,
Right.
and it just brightens anything. As Howard mentioned, if you're baking any baking products, rum is an everyday thing here in Jamaica, in the Caribbean. So Christmas cakes,
Yeah.
it starts where it ends. So you're going to start soaking your fruits in December for next December.
Wow. Okay. So that's a lot of
Yeah.
sitting around and absorbing.
Sitting, exactly.
You add some to your batter.
You add it to your batter.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what cake it is. Right? It's everything.
And I'm just gonna wrap it up with you folks because, I'm pretty sure we want to get some tasting done. Or something. So, is there any competition that you would like to conquer, or any category added to the spirits conception that would make this distillery shine even more? Or, from what I understand, you don't care too much about going with the
No.
symbols of, oh, we got this award, we got that one. You're just doing yourselves, right?
Yeah.
For us, seeing our consumers happy, that's the award for us.
Nice.
Not a medal.
It's excellent. That's #1 trophy right there.
Exactly. Seeing a smile on everyone's face, being able to talk about the rum in depth, introducing the rum to new people, that's what we care about. Yeah.
I think that's a nice philosophy. So thanks a lot for giving us this time and
Yeah.
diving deeper into your product. It's been amazing. Beautiful establishment, beautiful people, and beautiful rum. So thank you very much, Howard and
Thank
Peppie.
you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming.
Merci.
There we go.
Okay, so thank you to Rhum Aficionados for this interview with Hampden Estate. Yeah, and a big thank you to
Dimension Latina.
Thank you
Yes.
for having us here at Hampden Estate as well. Big ups to you in Montreal. I hope that we find more Canadians coming here for a tour. We're always here. You're always welcomed. With Peppie right here, ready to take you guys in. And you can come look for us over at the distillery. So, see you soon.
Yeah, man. Big up and bless up
Bless
to
up.
everyone.
Yes.
We're all one community. no matter where you're at. The only thing we would say from Hampden to you all is drink responsibly and drink plenty Hampden.
Awesome. All right, you got it.